Okay, I'm about to get started cutting out my shirt waist September Halloween dress in my fun Halloween fabric. I'm using the Shirley dress pattern from Mood. It's a free pattern. I cut it out in my size. It might be a little big. Their patterns tend to run big, but I'm okay with it being a little big, and I can always take it in once I'll pin the bodice pieces together and check before I sew it. But let's get going. The sleeve band and the collar are a contrasting fabric, so I'm just using this black broadcloth. It's poly. It's what I had. It's the only thing I had that was contrasting, that was complementary to the fabric. So I'm going to get these cut out and then start pinning the pieces together. I got my darts pinned, and I'm going to sew the darts and then attach the fronts to the back, and then I guess I'll pin it first and then try it on and then sew the fronts to the back. But yeah, this is a pretty simple, easy dress. Sewed my button plackets, and I'm not going to do buttons. I think the dress actually is supposed to close on the side with a zipper. I do not have a zipper, so I think I'm going to put a seam at the center front with the skirt, and I'm going to use a skirt hook and bar at the waistline. And then I will just do snaps, and then I'll put some decorative buttons because I don't have a zipper that matches this fabric. And I hate zippers anyway. So there you go. All right. So I decided to actually take a look at the instructions instead of just flying by the seat of my pants. And I was going to start on the collar. However, I did discover that this has two collar pieces. It has collar and a collar stand. However, the instructions on mood.com do not have any instructions for a collar stand. What the instructions say is to cut out two of your collar in contrasting fabric, although I didn't have enough of the black, so I did one with the regular fabric, and to pin one down and around the outside or around the collar, and then pin the other on top of it, right sides together, and so that, I don't know, anyway. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the collar, both collar pieces together, and then I will sew this one, the actual fabric, I will sew it to the collar edge once I turn it out. So I will have the right side of this fabric facing the right side of the collar area. And then this piece I will slip stitch on the inside around, so that when the collar is open, you see the black, and then the underside of it is this fabric. That's what I'm going to do. So I don't know what this is for. It's not in the instructions, and yeah, so there we go. Okay, so this collar method seems to have worked pretty well. I'm going to turn the edge under and then whip stitch around the inside, covering the raw edges. I was totally going to use some interfacing on the collar, and I forgot. So, c'est la vie. I also forgot to zigzag my raw edges, so I'm still going to zigzag my raw edges, but I'm going to do that before I finish working on the collar. My skirt panels all sewn together. I did 3 full width panels, and so it's going to be a pretty full skirt. I did not do the same length that the pattern suggested. I decided I wanted to make like a midi or maxi dress. Honestly, I can't remember now what I did, but we'll see once I try it on. And I went ahead and just did a hem on the machine. So my next step is to get the skirt pleated onto the bodice. And then I need to, after that, I will do my sleeves. I want to do the sleeves last. But I got my sleeves all done. Need to iron them, but that is next, pleating the skirt to the bodice. And I'm going to have a center front seam, and I'm planning on I'm going to have it open at the waist, and I'm going to do a skirt hook. I think I have already said that. And then I didn't leave a lot open underneath that waist because I don't want it to like gape open. I don't think it will because the skirt's very full, but just in case, if I need to take some stitches out, if I have trouble getting into it, I will do that and then go from there. But I don't think I think I should be able to get it on pretty easily without too much trouble. Okay, I have basted all of my pleats in place because I did not have enough pins. They're not super even pleats, but I think they will be fine. And I'm going to go ahead and get my sleeves set in, and then I'll sew everything, and then I'm just going to trim and zigzag the raw edges.